Yeah, could I speak to Steve Packman, please?
Oh, okay. Can I ask you to call? I mean, obviously I need to find out the reason why you're calling. Bear with me for a second. It's very noisy in here. I do apologise.
That's all right.
What's the nature of your call for?
I keep getting a voter's letter with threats of fines and all that.
Right, okay, my dear. Bear with me for a second. Can I just take your name?
No, I'm alright, thanks. I'm not obliged to give you that.
Oh, okay. So, right, okay, that's fine. You don't want to give me your name?
No, I'm not obliged to, love, by law.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Bear with me for a second.
Thanks. Just gonna get fucked off anyway. Fucking, it's gone up from £80 fine now to a fucking £1,000, or 6 months in jail. You're fucking having a bubble with me. Where's it saying? I understand that if I do not give this information, that's for.
You've been put through to electoral services. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to Steve Packman, please.
I'm afraid he's on holiday today and next week. Can I help at all?
Well, it's all it is, like, because I've never voted in my life, mate. But I still keep getting silly letters threatening me with £1,000 fine and 6 months in prison and all that.
This is just for the purpose of putting you on the electoral register. Whether you vote or not is entirely up to you, but we are required to update our register each year, and to do that we have to send forms to each individual household. Quite frankly, that business about fines and imprisonment, things like that, we're not going to follow up on it if you don't return the form, but as I say, if you don't, you won't be able to vote in any elections, but if as you say, you're not too bothered about that.
Yeah, no, mate, I don't want.
To you whether you return the form or not.
Mate, I don't want nothing to do with this government. I don't want nothing to do with the system. Do you know what I mean? It's corrupt to the core, mate, and I'm distancing myself from all what they're doing. I don't want nothing to do with them, and I definitely don't want bits of paper threatening me with £1,000 fine or 6 months in jail. I've never voted. I never would. I think the system's corrupt. I think everything about the government's corrupt. Everything they do's corrupt. They're the most corrupt people on this planet, mate. I don't want nothing to do with them.
Okay. Well, we're still obliged to sort of send you the forms. We have to do our job, I'm afraid, but you're not obliged to complete them and send them back. And I can assure you that we won't be taking any action against you if you don't. So,
no, but see, this is what winds me up, mate. This is why I distance myself. Because, like you just said, we wouldn't follow it up. I know that, because I've never voted in my life and never would. But it gnaws me. Keep getting letters with threats of £1,000 fine. Well, normally it's £80. This one's £1,000 and 6 months in prison. Like, I think it's disgusting, mate, that people can send out letters of threatening people and all that, and people bow down to you. I can't make it out, mate.
Yeah. Well, we're just doing what we're obliged to do, I'm afraid. It's the law that we have to send them out, and those forms are, the wording of those forms is set out in the law.
But it's not law, mate. It's not law, you know that, didn't you? It's a statute or an act that's been brought in by Parliament. It's nothing to do with law, mate. There's only three. Arm, loss and fraud is law, mate. You break any of them, arm, loss or fraud, you are breaking the law. What you're acting on is statutes and act that's just been passed through Parliament to rip the arse out of the public. That's all it is. And I think it's laughable. I think it's a fucking joke myself. Do you know what I mean? But it's just pissing me off because you know I won't fucking register nothing. I won't tell you shit. But you still keep sending letters, and it's just a bit much. Because I look at some. Well, imagine these old people you're threatening and that, and they're giving you all the details and everything. When really you got no right, mate. You got no right whatsoever. nor has that government, mate. They got no right whatsoever.
Well, I can't
But-
argue with you on that point. But,
No, that's what it is, though. They convince people like you that you've got to sort of send it out with your heading on it, Chelmsford City Council, and to put a threat in it of £1,000 fine or 6 months in jail. Like, why don't they do it? Why don't they leave yous alone and they do it?
well, I suppose it has to be done at a local level because it's not it's a responsibility of the electoral registration officer for the council at a local level rather than the government at a national level. Government passes the parliament passes the laws and they're implemented and carried out by local councils.
Yeah, but see, like statutes and acts, mate, they can only be enforced with one's consent. That's fact of the matter. Laws are different. If you break a law, like armed loss or fraud, you'll get nicked, you'll go to prison, whatever. But these statutes and acts, mate, they can only be enforced with the govern's consent. But people don't understand this. But they send out threatening letters and that. But if I was to take this to civil court, it'd be you who's liable, not the government, because they've mugged you off with it, mate, to put it on a letter. So if this went civil court, it's you or this Steve Packman, the man, not the person, not the legal fictitious. It's Steve Packman, the man, that be standing in front of me in civil court to answer why he keeps sending me letters, threatening fines, and this one, obvious, like I said, normally it's £80, no mention of prison, just £80 fine. This one's £1,000 now, or 6 months imprisonment. I think it's comical, mate, really. But like, I'd sooner not receive the letters, right?
Yeah, well, I'm sure you wouldn't, but we're obliged to send them. That's the trouble, and so I'm afraid we're going to have to. But you don't have to act on them.
It's funny, mate. I just wanted to speak to this Steve Packman, mate. But if you're saying he's on holiday and that.
Yeah, he's on holiday at the moment.
Yeah. You seem a nice fella, mate. Thank you for your time anyway.
That's right. Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry it doesn't meet your favour. But
Yeah,
sure
nah.
We're both in a kind of position that we've been placed in, aren't we?
Yeah, no, but just like I'm saying though, mate, they're not silly, because they're getting the council to do their dirty work. If someone thought to themselves, do you know what? I'm not putting up with this threat and that. I'm taking it civil court. Like I said, it won't be nothing to do with the government. It'll be your city council that goes to court, because the government's they've made you liable for these letters. That's what they've done. They're not silly fuckers, mate. By making you send this out. If someone wanted to take this further and say, this is threatening behaviour, threatening me with £1,000 or imprisonment, it's Steve Packman who would be going to court, not no government. They won't help him out.
No, it'd be interesting to see if that ever happens.
Yeah, and like I say, it is anything apart from armed loss or fraud, that is common law, mate. That's what any man on this planet stands under, common law. If you arm, loss or fraud someone, you will get arrested and you will go to a court. But when they bring out all these statutes and acts, they forget to mention that they're only enforceable by the govern's consent, i.e. my consent. If I say, yeah, all right, I'll fill that in, then I've consented. If I say, no, I'm not filling it in, I'm not consenting, and there's nothing no one can do. That's why, like you just said, I'm happy you said that, about, well, we wouldn't follow up with the fines or the imprisonment, because you couldn't. That's the fact, you couldn't. Yeah, no, that's right, mate. And what it is, a judge wouldn't sit over this, because for a judge to act on this, he's committing perjury, because he's sitting under an oath to uphold justice, not statutes and acts. He's there for justice, not to let government get people in court for nothing. That's why a lot of them don't go to court, mate, because a judge cannot sit in front of you and say, right, I'm going to give you £1,000 fine or 6 months, because he'd be committing treason if he sentenced you to fine or imprisonment. And to even have you in court in front of him for this, he'd be committing perjury, because he's under oath to uphold justice, not statutes and acts for the government.
Yeah. Well, as I say, it'll be interesting to see if this ever comes up in court, you know. But,
yeah, no, mate, I've never filled them in all my life. I'm 50 years old and they ain't had me up in court yet.
no. Okay.
Thank you, mate.
All right, okay. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, have a good day, mate. Thank you. Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go, mate. Can't do fuck all, minges. But like I say, threaten ya, fucking this one, like I said, normally it's fucking £80. £80 normally. This cunt, they must have upped it because I'm not fucking listening to them, because it clearly states here, I understand if I do not give information asked in this form, I could face a fine of up to £1,000, and if I knowingly give false information, I could face an unlimited fine and or up to 6 months imprisonment. Well, they can suck my fucking dick, mate. Later.